But let's talk about Steven Bergwijn now, as Romano broke last night that Tottenham have decided to sell Steven Bergwijn this month. Various clubs are showing interest in the Dutch winger. Ajax are amongst the clubs that have submitted an offer already. On a permanent move, that is. Still nothing agreed with Spurs, and it's an open race. So what was your reaction to that last night when you saw that?
I was a bit surprised, but ultimately, if it means that, I think it's probably a situation where we're not getting offers for Ndombele, we're not getting offers for Bergwijn. We probably need to raise funds from somewhere, knowing how our policy is. So if we do get offers for Bergwijn, we'll probably look to sell him, because as much as Conte's been talking him up recently in pressers and stuff, and
had a really good game against West Ham.
He had a good game against West Ham. He's actually been decent when he's recently, actually. But ultimately, if we can have an opportunity to upgrade on him, or bring someone in who's going to have more of a goal output, I think we'd have to do it. I think we'd have to push the button. And I like Bergwijn, I really do. And I'm not going to be unhappy if he's still here at the end of the window. But if we do get a chance to recoup the money that we got for it, that we paid for him, and we have someone in mind or deal in place to get a replacement who's not Adama, I want, apart from Adama, this has to be a separate deal to Adama, then I would go for it. If it is like a Kulilevsky or something, then I would definitely consider that strongly. If it's someone who Conte thinks is more suited to how he wants to play, definitely. But it would be a disappointment to see the Bergwijn deal end like this. This would make 2 years though, wouldn't it, at Tottenham?
Yeah, because we signed him in January.
So this would be 2 years. And let's be honest, it is 2 years. Like, it's 2 years. He's now 24. Must be 24 now, Bergwijn.
Yeah.
Didn't we sign him at 22? So he must be 24 now, Bergwijn.
He's 24, yeah.
24. So he's not young, but he's not like a youngster.
He's going to be 25
soon.
This month, yeah.
This month, okay. So he's going to be. So, he's at an age where it's not like he's going to explode into a completely new player at this point. I do definitely think he's a player who, if given regular game time, could easily be getting between 5 and 10 goals a season and between 5 and 10 assists. Do I think he's a player who's any more than that? That's what I'm not sure about. And maybe we need a player who could potentially regularly get over 10 goals in that kind of position, stuff like that. I think he's a player with a lot of quality. I think it hasn't worked out at Tottenham. I think a move will probably do him good. Maybe a fresh start, a new club will probably do him the world of good. He just doesn't seem to be breaking into the Tottenham team at the moment, like fully trusted in terms of in the forward positions. But as I say, I like him as a player. I think he'll do well wherever he goes. I think he'll have a good career. I just think at Tottenham, maybe he was the right player at the wrong time.
Yeah, especially if he goes to Ajax. I mean, he'll rip up the Dutch league if he goes to Ajax, especially in that team. Teams that controls possession. Scores like 3 or 4 goals pretty much every game there.
He'll get his confidence back.
Yeah, and potentially I would look to maybe swap him for one of the Ajax players, like an Anthony or someone like that.
Definitely Anthony, yeah. Anthony is lighting things up.
Yeah.
I would love that, but whether Ajax would be open to that. Well, they're having a great time at the moment. They ripped it up in the group stages. And and obviously I think they're top of the league, aren't they?
Yeah, by some way.
Yeah, so whether they might think this is another, when they got to the semi-final a couple of years ago, they might think they got another shot at it now. So would they be willing to split it up in January? I'd find it hard to believe they would be, but maybe. But Bergwijn, if he goes back there, for sure he'll gain his confidence back, and maybe with a view of him going back to a different team in like Spain or Italy, or maybe even England later on. But I just think at Tottenham right now, we need players. We can't afford to let him play his way into the team at the moment, unfortunately.
The problem is that if Bergwijn goes and we only get an Adama in, we're still light up front.
100%.
Massively light up front. Let's say 100%. Now, right, with Bergwijn going, Son's injured.
We have Kane. We have Kane.
No numbers.
Kane and Lucas.
So we cannot get rid of Bergwijn unless we have a replacement literally ready to go.
I agree with you. And that is one thing that does slightly annoy me with this news, that we are prepared to sell him, because right now our forward options are Son, Kane, Lucas, Bergwijn, and Gil. Gil, I don't think's ready to really be relied upon. He's a player who, if he's your 6th choice winger, that's fine for now. He might be in the future a bit higher up. But right now, you can't expect him to really be impacting games properly and relied
Ultimately,
upon.
he needs a loan move and regular
He
minutes.
could probably be, he probably needs a low move. Then Son and Kane, we rely on them very, very heavily, but they're prone to injury sometimes, and yeah, Son's injured at the moment because of fatigue. Lucas is doing very well at the moment, but he's not usually a very reliable source of goals. And then Bergwijn is definitely not a reliable source of goals, and we're looking to sell him. So we definitely need players in that forward line. Even right now, even if we kept the same option, say we're not selling Bergwijn, we still need a forward player right now. So to sell Bergwijn, I would say we need two. Yeah. And if Adama's one, I would say, okay, Adama one plus another, though. You have to have another one in there.
At a much higher level than Adama.
Yeah. And the problem is, I'm just reading now that there's rumours that Chiesa has done his ACL.
Ooh.
And if that is the case, that could have ramifications if any deal for Kulusevski.
Yeah, definitely true.
So
has there been any concrete talks about Kulusevski, though?
There's been light
concrete. It's all like Calcio Mercato and just these kind of websites.
I think DiMaggio might have said we're genuinely looking at him.
Right.
So no offers or anything like that.
I feel DiMaggio is very hit and miss these days.
I wouldn't be surprised if we are looking at him. That wouldn't shock me. Like, he played at Juventus, and he's a player that
obviously Paratici
well.
signed him there. And yeah, I'd be open if Paratici wants him at Spurs, but his output at Juventus is not the greatest.
No.
In terms of goals and assists.
No. But he's also like 22. He's and he's also got a lot of scope to improve. And maybe he's just more in line of what Conte wants.
I was watching the game yesterday, Juventus against Roma, and Kulusevski looks rapid. He really does look rapid. Bloody hell! What a game last night, by the way. That game, it was absolutely insane. And he scored yesterday, and he looked all right. He did look all right.
I mean, I'd want him. I'd want him at Tottenham, but it looks like that. I think if that's true about Chiesa, I can't see them letting him go.
Paul G said in the comments here says, "Let's go look at Noni Madueke again."
Yeah. Yeah, maybe.
He had a big injury this season. I don't know if he's back or not, but he did have an amazing first bit of the season this year.
But if he's, what can we take on another injured player right now? We need massive attacking support right now for this team. I'm worried that it will just be, I'm worried that we will sell Bergwijn and bring in Adama and that'll be it. That's the
classic Spurs thing.
Yeah, that's clear. That is really what Tottenham do. Like, that's literally how we like to do business. So it wouldn't surprise me.
There's another option, Jeremy Doku as well from Rennes. I think that would be a really good signing. He's also very fast, Jeremy Doku. And I remember watching him in the Euros for Belgium.
He was great.
He was great, wasn't he?
Definitely. I think there are a few options we can go for if we sell Bergwijn and get some money in for him. So I mean, I would, if we do get an offer, I think sell and bring someone in. That would probably be the best thing to do. But we need another player on top of that. We need a replacement for Bergwijn plus Adama. That's the minimum. If we don't get that, we're leaving ourselves short for the second half of the season, and that would annoy me. But I'd be sad to see Bergwijn go. But I think it's probably best.
Yeah, I mean, I've been a big advocate for Steven Bergwijn. I've always thought there's a player in there. But ultimately, it's up to the manager and Fabio and whatever decision they go to make. I mean, we're all going to trust him, aren't we?
I mean, yeah, but we can obviously, we can have our opinion on it. But
yeah, and my opinion is that I've always backed him, but ultimately his output's not been good enough.
Yeah, it's been 2 years, so what can we do? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
he needs to up it. But again, there's this one. Do you think he'll be here by the end of January?
I got a feeling he won't be. I think he's going to go. I think he's more likely to go than Ndombele. Wages aren't that much of an issue. We can probably get a fee that will, because of his age and everything like that. And Ajax seem very keen to take him. I mean, these Ajax rumours just don't go away. They've been there for a while.
What about Ismaila Sarr?
Yeah, I would love Ismaila Sarr at Spurs. And you're talking about rapid. Now, he is rapid.
Imagine him, Traore and Lucas in the front.
Mate, that would be insane.
a lot of pace.
And Sonny, don't forget Sonny.
And Sonny. But Sarr would probably command at least 50-60 million at this point because of how well he's playing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
If I could offer you one of Kulusevski, Doku, or Ismaila Sarr, who would you take?
It's a difficult one. Doku's the youngest one out of all of them. Sar's Prem proven, but I think Kulusevski might have the most quality in terms of technical ability out of all of them. Oof, tough one. I would probably just go Kulusevski just because of his versatility.
And obviously, if we want to bring him in, we know our hierarchy are convinced about him because they've had a close look at him before as well. Bring him to Juventus.
Yeah, exactly. So I'd probably pick him, but in terms of the most likely out of those three, probably Doku, I'd say. But they'll probably all be quite expensive deals.